Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It's a noticeable story. If you are soloist and can't see other members, then this story isn't for you. You are on wrong channel. Watch the story carefully, then comment. Be respectful and don't embarrass yourself. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. I usually don't write stories like this, but this one is a special request from my youngest silent reader who recently got her first period and has so many thoughts and questions about it. I know you can't comment, but I hope this story brings you some comfort and answers. Enjoy it.
Vroom, vroom, Titi's brand new scooter runs vroom, vroom. Titi carries tishy strawberries, vroom, vroom. Titi wanna fly, vroom, vroom. Bell is ringing, tring, tring, vroom, vroom. Everybody jelly of Titi, vroom, vroom. Strawberries wanna dive into Titi's tummy. Vroom, vroom. Titi wanna fly.
A little boy was happily riding his brand new scooter on the road in evening while singing in his adorable baby language. A bag full of fresh strawberries was hanging on his back. The weather was pleasant with beautiful maple leaves scattered all around. The road was completely child safe, and many other children were riding their bicycles there as well. It was a road meant only for kids where no other vehicles were allowed. Wearing his tiny helmet, he looked even cuter as he rode along. While happily singing, he accidentally turned into the wrong lane. The place was dark from all sides. Suddenly, he heard the voices of some people surrounding a girl, so he immediately went in that direction. Man 1, where will you run now? Man 2, she won't understand this way. We will have to teach her in our own language. Grabbed her hair and dragged her. Girl,
Ah,
scratched Man's 2 hand.
leave me.
Man 2 slapped her. Looks like this little bird has grown wings. Come with me. Girl, what have I ever done to you? Why are you doing this to me? Man 2, stop your melodrama. We have already made the deal for you. Girl, struggling. No, I won't go with you. Leave me. Help, help. Somebody help me. Man 2, there is no one here to save you. You are my property now. Looked at Man 1. Bring her to my car. I can't waste any more time on her childish drama. Man 2 dragged her towards the car while she cried and screamed for help. She had fallen onto the ground and was desperately trying to free herself. Suddenly, a small stone struck Man's 2 hand, making him let go of the girl with a painful scream. Man 2, ah, turned around. Who dared to throw a stone at me? Come out!
Why are you shouting? Open your eyes and look properly. The future dangerous mafia king Kim Titi is here to punish all of you bad people.
Everyone looked down and saw Titi standing there proudly, holding a slingshot in his right hand, the same one he used to pluck fruits. The girl immediately ran behind him. Girl, Please save me. They are forcing me to go somewhere.
T. Nuna, don't worry. Titi is here and Titi will protect you.
Menvan looked at him. Oh, so you are going to protect her. Do you even know who we are? You are just like an ant. We can crush you anytime. T, offended.
Do you even know who I am? I am the future Mafia King, Kim Titi. You all should apologize to Nuna and run away right now. Otherwise, the future Mafia King won't spare you.
Mentu laughed. Ha ha ha. Nice joke, kid. Go back home and play there. Walk towards the girl. Do you really think this tiny boy can save you from us? Grabbed her hand. Don't test my patience. Come with me quietly, otherwise. T bite his hand and pushed him away.
Didn't your mama teach you how to behave with girls? When the future Mafia King is standing here, no one is allowed to touch Nuna.
Menvan, this boy has talked enough. We won't spare him along with this girl.
T. Yeah, come to Titi.
Took a fighting stance.
Titi is well trained by Big Body. One super flying king from Titi will send you all this straight to Neptune, the farthest major planet from Earth.
Mentu, this little brat talks too much. Looks like it's time to teach him a lesson. Started walking towards them. Girl, frightened. They are coming towards us. What are we going to do now? T, also scared but hiding it.
Don't worry, Nuna. When the future Mafia King is here, there is nothing to fear.
He quietly sat on the ground and grabbed a handful of loose mud in his tiny hand. As both men came closer, he suddenly threw the mud into their eyes, hurled his helmet at one of their heads, grabbed the girl's hand, and started running as fast as he could.
T. Run fast, Nuna!
While Titi was busy rescuing a stranger, a man dressed in all black suit was pacing back and forth in the living room. He looked both worried and furious at the same time. The other 5 members quietly watched him. Yunking, looking at the men. How long do we have to sit here and watch him pace around like this? June, until his naughty bear comes back. Cook, why is he so quiet today? Yungi, he is not quiet, he is charging himself up. Cook, charging himself up? For what? Hobby, it means it's a lull before the storm. Cook, now where did this storm come from? He's saying he is charging himself up, and now you are saying it's the lull before the storm. I don't understand why you all can't speak in simple, understandable language. Jimin, calm down, Cook. They meant Jinhyang isn't quiet. He's preparing himself for a high-pitched rap session that's going to make our ears bleed. Look, he hasn't even changed his clothes yet. We all changed a long time ago, but he is still wearing the same outfit. Cook, but why? Jin angrily looked at them. I'm so worried here, and all of you are busy chatting among yourself. How can you all stay so calm? Aren't you even a little worried? Yungi, you are worrying for no reason. You know, if you would walk this much on the road instead of inside the house, you would have complete at least 10 miles now. Jin, Yungi, worrying for no reason? Walk towards him. You think I'm worrying for no reason? How heartless are all of you? A small innocent child still hasn't come home, and you are all acting as if everything is completely normal. Aren't you even a little ashamed? June. A small innocent child? Hank, you are seriously mistaken him. He can be anything but innocent. Never, ever. Jin. Only your height is big, your brain certainly isn't. Titi is only 5 years old. Jimin. Hank, he's probably wandering around nearby ever since he got his new scooter. He barely stays at home. Don't worry, he will be back. Jin, how can I not worry? Have you seen the time? It's already 8 p.m. and there is still no sign of Titi. What if someone kidnapped him? Cook, the kidnapper himself would bring him back to us and apologize for making the mistake of kidnapping Titi. Hobie, I agree. Jin threw a question at Hobie. What do you mean you agree? This is all your fault. You are the one who brought him that scooter. Hobie, yeah, I only brought him the scooter. How is that my fault? Did I teach him how to ride it? June looked at Jin, who immediately glared at him after hearing Hobie. Don't look at me like that, Hyang. I only taught him how to ride a bicycle. Cook taught him how to ride the scooter. He even brought him the matching helmet. Cook stood up. Ah, what do you mean? Looked at Jin. Hyang, don't listen to this mean man. I taught him how to ride the scooter, but he already knew how to ride a bicycle. I only brought him the matching helmet to keep him safe so he wouldn't get hurt. I took every possible safety precautions. Looked around. This is all Jim and Yang's fault. If you want to blame someone, blame him. Jimin dramatically stood up. Why me? I neither brought him this scooter nor taught him how to ride it. Then how is this my fault? Yungi, teasing him. Before teaching someone to ride a scooter, your feet should at least be able to reach the ground. Jimin, offended. There is only 1 centimeter of difference between our heights. Does that mean your feet don't reach the ground either? Yungi pushed him onto the couch. Don't you dare to argue with me. Jin, shut up. My bear is missing and all of you are wasting the time arguing. Started angrily rapping. Yungi, Hyang, scold this little chick. Pointed at Jimin. This all happened because of him. If he would explain things to T, none of this would have happened. Besides, that brat only listens to him. Jimin, oh really? You live in this same house too. Why don't you explain to him? Yungi, because he spends the whole day following you around saying baby, baby. Jimin, and he follows you around too saying kitten, kitten. Hobie, judging them. Here they go again. June, Jimin has a lots of guts. He is the only one who can argue with Yungi Hyang like this and still not got beaten up. Whenever he looks at me, he gives me that cat glare. Cook, Jin Hyang is going to throw both of them out of the house any second now. Just look at his face, he is turning red. Jin grabbed both Yungi and Jimin's hands. Don't you two understand anything at first time? When will you stop arguing with each other and start looking to my innocent little child? started dragging them outside. I don't know where my tea bear is or what condition is in now. Yungi, Hyang, I told you so many times that you don't need to worry about him. The one I'm worried about is the poor person who's with him right now. You should be worried about the person, not that brat. Jin angrily, out! Neither of you is allowed inside my house anymore. Threw them out of the house. Everyone, mission accomplished. Jimin fell onto the floor. Ah, Yang, why did you throw me out too? I didn't even say anything about tea. This is all this sleepy cat's fault. You should have thrown only him out. Yoongi looked at Jimin. You landed exactly where you belong. Hank, you did the right thing by throwing him out. That's exactly what he deserves. Let's go back inside. I'm freezing out here. Rubbing his arms. Jin, both of you go and bring my tea bear back. Jimin, the guards have already gone to look for him. Why are you worrying so much for no reason? Yoongi, a tethered ship can graze only so far. You will see he hasn't gone far. He will be back in a few minutes. Jimin, that's where you are wrong. He is not a tethered ship. He is an unlatched tiger. Yoongi, yeah, who's always hungry for strawberries? Jin, I'm so done with both of you. If my tea bear doesn't come back within 10 minutes, I will never let either of you enter my house again. Fix that in your minds. While Jin was busy scolding Yoongi and Jimin, Cookie stood in front of June and Hobie, hilariously mimicking Jin because this kind of chaos was nothing new in their house. A few minutes later, T came running towards the house with the girl. Without even noticing Jin, Yoongi, or Jimin, he rushed straight inside the house. T, while catching his breath,
Titi's home, sweet home.
June thinks of a monster and a monster is here. Hobie, yeah, but who did he bring with him? Did he kidnap this girl? Judging them instantly. June, how could he kidnap her? She looks much older than him. Cook, maybe she's the daughter of the farmer or garden owner whose strawberries he was stealing. Never underestimate the power of a hungry bear. Hobie, you have a point. Let's go and check. T looked at the girl.
Nuna, this is Titi's house. You are safe here. Those bad people won't come here.
Girl looked at the house.
Really? This is your house?
T nodded his head vigorously.
Yes, it's Titi's home, sweet home.
June went to him and crossed his arm. Where were you? And who's this girl? Cook raised his one eyebrow. Girlfriend? Hobie, judging him hard. You are not allowed to have a girlfriend at such a young age. T.
What is Hobie saying? She isn't Titi's girlfriend. Titi is very loyal to Titi's tasty strawberries.
June, annoyed. Yeah, in the future I'm going to host the wedding of the future mafia king with a strawberry. Cook, but where is he going to put the ring? Without a ring, how will he marry a strawberry? Hobie, judging them, maybe he can put a ring-shaped crown on it. Team,
ring-shaped crown. Future Mafia King will consider it.
Jin, shut up. Here I am worried about him, and all of you annoying people are busy thinking about his wedding with a damn strawberry. Have you all lost your mind somewhere? Jin was angrily rapping while throwing his hands in the air. The girl got scared when she saw him. She tightly grabbed T's hand and started shivering. Other than her, everyone was completely relaxed because there was nothing new about in this house. T whispered to girl between Jin's raps.
Nuna, don't be scared.
Girl, he is so scary. T looked at Jin, who was still shouting.
Scary and him. He is looking so funny. Wait, let Titi calm him down. Ginny, don't shout. Ginny is scaring Nuna.
Jin narrowed his eyebrows and dramatically placed his hands on his waist. I'm scaring Nuna, And what about you? Do you know how scared you made me? Where were you? Is this the time to come home? And who is this girl? I didn't see her with you before.
Ginny, first take a breath. Then I will tell you everything.
Jin looked at me. My head is already messed up, so don't try to make it worse. Tell me, who is this girl? And where have you been all this time?
She is Nuna. Now she will stay with us in our house.
Cook, what? Jungi, and why will she stay here? We don't even know her. Do you think our house is some kind of shelter home where you can bring anyone here whenever you feel like it and we will let them stay? No, she can't stay here. We are already raising world troublemaker. That's enough for us. Teen crossed his arms.
And why can't she stay here with us when we can raise a kitten? Why can't we raise Nuna? Nuna will stay here with us and that's final.
Jungi, oh really? Who are you to decide who will stay in this house and who won't? This is my house and I will decide. And I have already decided that she won't stay here at any cost. Send her back to her house.
Don't try to be over smart, you little kitten. This is Titi's house. Oh my, Nappa show Titi papers where Titi's name is written. And Big Body says written proof matters the most. Does kitten have any proof this is kitten's house? Tell Titi. Now why doesn't kitten say anything?
Jungi whispered. What's the need of mom and dad to show him the legal adoption papers? Hobie whispered. To prove him that he is a part of our family. Cook whispered too. He has proof of his adoption, but you don't, little kitten. Jungi glared at him. Aren't you having way too much fun? Meet me alone later. I will show you the power of the little kitten. Cook, Titi, tell us who she is and why you brought her here.
Titi already told you all that she is Nuna and now she will stay here with us.
Looked at her.
Nuna, he is Bunny, he is Big Party, he is Opa, and he is Ginny, this cat-looking mannish kitten. Titi's Oma and Appa felt pity for him and brought him from Cat's family. He isn't a part of our family.
Jungi, stop your nonsense. I am definitely a part of the family, the second oldest. Mom and dad's second eldest son. T spread his palm.
Then show me the papers.
Jungi, why would I show you the papers? Why don't you ask the others for the papers?
T. Because they aren't from the cat family. Only kitten is from the cat family.
Turn to the girl.
Nuna, you don't need to pay attention to kitten. He isn't important at all. Let me introduce you to the most important person.
Turned around but couldn't find Jimin.
Baby.
looked around, then at Yungi.
Kitten, what did you do to Titi's baby?
Yungi, I wish I could do something to that little chick with a long, scissors like tongue. He might be somewhere on the floor.
You, baby.
He started running around while calling for Jimin, but suddenly bumped into someone and fell down. Looked upward.
Baby,
Stood up.
where were you? Titi was so worried. Titi thought Kitten threw baby out somewhere.
Jimin, that lazy cat doesn't have that much energy, and I went to fix the mess that you created. T proudly
Titi never made a mess.
grabbed his hand.
Come inside. Titi has to introduce baby to the new members.
Started dragging him. Jimin, slow down, Titi. Ash, why does this boy never listen to me?
Nuna. Titi brought the baby. He's Titi's baby. And baby, she's Nuna. Now she will stay with us in our home. Sweet home.
Jin grabbed his hand.
Why so angry, Titi's telling Ginny everything. Titi was returning home on Titi's scooter. Titi saw some bad people hurting Nuna. Titi is so brave and the future mafia king, na. So Titi fought those bad people and brought Nuna here. Now Nuna will stay here with us.
Jin, are you serious? Who the hell told you to fight with people? What if someone hurt you? Don't you have even a little bit of common sense? Why did we hire tons of guards? Couldn't you tell them?
Titi is a future mafia king. Titi saved Nuna and Ginny is scolding Titi. That's not fair.
Jin grabbed his ear. Fair, Let me show you what fair means. Girl came forward. Please don't hurt him. I want to stay here. I'm leaving. About to run. Jimin grabbed her hand. You don't need to go anywhere. Come and sit here. Looked at everyone. Those two men are under our custody. The guards will handle the rest. Everything is under our control. Come and sit. Everyone settled down. Cook, first relax. You are safe here with us. Tell us about yourself. Who are you? What's your name? Where did you come from? And why are those people after you? Tell us everything truthfully. We won't hurt you and we will safely take you back home. You can trust us. Girl, scared. My name is Sarah. I am Shorimri. Jimin, Shorimri? Where is that? I have never heard of this place before. Shorimri was an imaginary village. There was no such village in Korea called Shorimri. Shorimri was a tiny mountain village hidden behind thick pine forest. Only a few dozen families lived there and outsiders rarely visited. The villagers still followed century-old custom passed down from their ancestors. Jin looked at June. Do you know where Shorimri is? June shrugged his shoulders. No, I also heard this name for the first time. I have been to so many cities and villages because of missions, but I have never heard of Shorimri. Hobby, then how will we take her there now? Her family must be worried about her. Yungi looked at Sarah. Can you tell us your home address? Sarah, there are no address in our village. Cook, no address? Then how do parcels reach your houses? Sarah, what's a parcel?
Tea. Nuna is so innocent. She doesn't know what the parcel is. Now how will we send Nuna back to her parents?
Sarah, I don't have parents. When I was very young, there was a fire in our village and they died in it. Jimin, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. Then, who do you live with? Sarah, I live with my Harmony, but she also passed away a few days ago. There was a past friend in my village who lived in the city. He told me that he would take me to his house and I could stay with him. He took me to a big house and then disappeared. I don't know where he went. Two bad men came to me and told me that Shamchin had sold me them and had already taken a lot of money in return. They said I would have to do whatever they told me to do. I was very scared. They locked me in a dark room. But I somehow managed to escape. They were chasing me. Eyes filled with tears. Please don't send me back to them. They are very bad people and they even have big weapons. Tea hugged her tightly.
Nobody will send Nuna to those bad people. Future Mafia King Kim Titi will protect Nuna.
Looked at everyone.
Nuna will stay here with us. It's future Mafia King Kim Titi's other. Understand?
Grabbed Sarah's hand.
Let's go, Nuna. Titi will show Nuna Titi's room.
Left with her. Yungi looked at June. Find out everything about this girl. She could also be threat to us. Cook. But she is just a child. She is already going through so much. Should we really be suspicious of her? Jin. Anyone could be a threat. We can't blindly trust a stranger. Staying alert is more important for us. If what Sarah is saying the truth, we will do everything we can help her. For now, let her stay here, but everyone should remain alert. Looked at Hobie, arrange clothes and other essential things for us. Hobie, okay, Hang. Jimin, the guards told me that two men were following TT. Both of them were currently in our custody. Yungi cracked his knuckles. I will personally deal with them. Anyways, it's been a long time since I have done some peaceful work. Time skipped after a few days. A few days passed. Sarah was telling the truth, and Yungi had already dealt with those men. She was still hesitant around everyone except TT, who made her feel comfortable. Sarah came from a village where people still lived as they had in ancient times, so she was shocked to see all the electric appliances and luxury things in the house. Like every day, TT returned from school and brought fresh berries for Sarah. She loved berries. When he entered the house, he couldn't find Sarah anywhere. While searching for her, he noticed drops of blood on the floor. Following the trail, he reached the old warehouse that they no longer used, where all the broken and unusable items were kept. He heard Sarah's broken soaps coming from inside. He tried to open the door, but it was locked from the inside. He called out to Sarah, but she didn't answer. He called everyone and waited for them to return home. Teen banged on the door.
Nuna, Nuna, open the door. Look, Titi brought Nuna's favorite berries. Nuna, what happened? Did someone say something to you? Why are you crying? Nuna, Nuna, are you angry with Titi? Please reply, Nuna.
Everyone rushed there, found tea outside the old storeroom. Jimin, Titi, what happened? What are you doing here? Teen turned to Jimin.
Baby, Nuna locked her herself inside and isn't talking to Titi.
Hobie, what? Sarah, what's this nonsense? Open the door. Bang the door. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Cook, has this girl gone crazy? In such a huge house, she chose this old warehouse. Sarah, come out. Tea.
Why are you all scolding Nuna? She's already crying. She's hurt.
Yungi, what? She is hurt and crying. Tea. Pointed at the blood drops.
Look, there are blood drops. I followed them. And that's how I came here. Nuna has been crying for a long time and she isn't even answering.
Jin, we shouldn't waste any more time. There is no electricity inside and there could be rats or bugs. We need to try opening the door. Cook, but we lost the key. That's why we don't even lock this room anymore. Jimin, so what? If we can't open it, we can break it. June, good idea. I will call someone who can break it. Teen grabbed June's hand.
Where are you going? When Big Body doesn't want to break something, he breaks it anyway. And now that we need to break this door, Big Body is going to find someone else. Why are you looking at my face? Break the door? No one can break a door better than Big Body.
Hobie, yeah, breaking a door is no big deal for you. It's normal for you. Me? But how can I break this? It's really strong. Jin, then why did you build that body just to break things around the house? At least try. June, oh, okay, I'm trying. Why are all of you scolding me? Whenever I break something, I get scolded. And now that I am being asked to break something, I'm still getting scolded. June broke the door in a single attempt. Everyone started searching for Sarah using the flashlight of their phones. They found her hiding between the broken things, covering her mouth to stop herself from sobbing. The entire place was covered in dust and she was struggling to breathe. T tried to approach her, but she panicked. T tried to approach her. Sarah, terrified. No, don't come near me. I'm a sinner. God is punishing me. Everyone was stunned to hear her. When they had let her into her house that morning, she had been perfectly fine, but now she looked completely devastated. She was crying, crumbling, and begging them not to come closer. Jin calmly, Sarah, look, it's us. You don't need to be scared. Come on, let's go home. Sarah, I can't go with all of you. I'm a sinner. Everyone tried taking turns explaining things to her, but she kept repeating the same things, that she was a sinner and wouldn't leave this place. Cook eventually lost his patience and spoke. Cook lost his temper. Why have you been repeating the same things over and over? That you're a sinner. Do you know what sinner means? If you don't want to go home, are you planning to stay here in this dark, dusty, filthy room? There is no light or proper air is here. We have all been trying to explain things to you nicely for so long, and you are taking advantage of our kindness. We won't tolerate this anymore. Come home with us quietly. Sarah, even more frightened. No. Try to crawl backward. T.
Bunny, don't scare Luna, please.
Jimin, let's do this. We will take her inside first. Sarah, don't come closer to me. Why don't you people understand? God has cursed me. If any of you comes near me, my curse will fall on you all too. Stay away from me. Let me stay here. June, shut up with this nonsense. He picked her up in his arms and carried her inside the house. She screamed and begged him to leave her. T, Yungi, and Jimin also went inside with her. Hobin looked at the spot where Sarah had been sitting. There was a fresh blood staining the floor. The light from his phone the surrounding area, but there was no other blood anywhere nearby. Hobie, what's this? There is so much blood. That means T was right. Sarah really is hurt. Jin, look closely the blood. After losing this much blood, anyone would have difficulty staying conscious for long. And if she really has an injury, there should be blood around the surrounding area too. Something struck him. Wait a minute. She keeps calling herself a sinner and she wouldn't let any of us come near her. She told us she is 13 years old and she's only been here for a few days. Looked at Hobie. Could she be having her period? Hobie, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Actually, there isn't a girl in our house, so we never had to think about these things. But if she is on her period, why would she call herself sinner? It's completely normal. Every girl gets it. Jim, maybe it's her first period and no one ever told her about it before. Whatever the reason, we need to understand what she needs first. Hobie, I will get the necessary things from the market and I will also bring my neighbor Harmony. Sarah needs a woman who can properly explain this to her. You take care of everyone else until then. Jin, come back quickly. Time is skipped after some times. Hobie brought sanitary napkins for Sarah and requested their neighbor Harmony to help her. She agreed and handled Sarah very gently. After some time, Sarah calmed down a little. She was still in T's room and didn't want to meet any of them. Harmony, she has calmed down a little now. Be gentle with her. She is far too innocent. She needs love and comfort, so don't be angry with her. Jimin, we will definitely take care of her. Cook, do we need to call a doctor? Harmony, a doctor? But why? Cook, she was bleeding. Harmony smiled. She isn't ill. She is simply on her period. It's completely normal for girls. They can bleed for up to 7 days. Petted Cook's shoulders. Girls are stronger than boys. Jin, actually, there isn't a girl in our house, so we have no idea how to take care of her during this difficult time. If you don't mind, could you guide us? Harmony smiled. Of course, first you need to be very patient with her. At this time, her hormones can fluctuate. She may feel overwhelmed, irritated, or angry, and her mood can change. Give her a proper, healthy diet rich in iron and protein. Hobie, I heard period can be painful. Harmony, they aren't painful for everyone. It depends on the person. If she has pain, help her manage it. If the pain is severe or beyond that she can tolerate, consult a doctor rather than giving her medicine without proper guidance. June, but why should she have to bear this pain? I mean, can't we give her medicine to avoid it? Harmony, everyone experiences periods differently. If she has pain comfort her and help her rest. A painkiller should only be given appropriately and, if needed, after consulting a doctor or pharmacist. As I told you, women go through a lot, so be supportive and patient with her. Jin, we understand everything. Thank you so much for coming here and helping us. Harmony, it's all right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come to me. I will be glad to keep that little girl left. Harmony left. They left Sarah alone and didn't disturb her. Cook brought the required groceries. Jin prepared dinner while Jimin helped him set the dining table. Suddenly, T came running there holding iron nails and a hammer. T,
Baby!
Jimin, while setting the table, you are late. I had to do your work. Where were you? You didn't help Jin Hang preparing dinner. Hobie Hang helped him. If he takes over your sous chef position, don't come crying to me. I can't help you if you are not taking your position seriously. T,
No, only Titi can be head chef. Ginny's assistant chef, Titi. Titi only went to bring food for Nuna.
Jin came there with another dish. Oh, really? And what are you doing with the hammer and nails?
T, they are Nuna's food. Titi worked very hard to find them for Nuna.
Jimin, do you think she can eat them? Her teeth will fall out. They are not edible.
T, oh, baby should know shit. Doesn't baby pay attention to what Harmony said?
Jimin, and what did she say? My Highness, that I didn't understand.
T, Harmony said Nuna needs iron, so Titi brought iron for Nuna. They are pure iron. Titi checked them with a magnet,
Said proudly.
and Harmony said girls are stronger than boys. We are boys, we can't eat iron nails and hammer. But Nuna is a girl. Nuna can eat them.
Proud Boxy smiled. Jin, she didn't mean actually iron. She meant that we should give Sarah food containing iron. Opened the lid of the casserole and showed him the spinach dish.
T, ew, Ginny prepared grass for Nuna. Does Ginny think Nuna is a goat who will eat grass? No, Nuna won't eat this grass.
Hobie entered with the others. Now, why all of you are arguing? Cook, and where did you get these iron nails and hammer from? Give them to me. You will hurt yourself. T, step back.
No, Titi won't give them to Bunny. They are Nuna's food.
Yoongi, confused. Food. Jin, annoyed. This brat is saying he will fetch Sarah those iron nails and the hammer because Harmony said she needs iron. T,
Titi isn't the brat. Titi is the future mafia king.
Yoongi pulled out a chair and sat on it. I can't bear this anymore. June, Titi kneeled on the floor in front of him. You are right, Sarah needs iron, and your broth is also made of iron, but it's not edible. It's extremely hard. She can't chew it.
T, then we can grind them and make powder. Nuna can easily eat them. Nuna doesn't need to chew. Nuna can directly gulp them.
Hobie, he has a solution of all the problem. T, proudly.
Of course, Titi is a future mafia king now.
June smiled and ruffled his hair. Titi, her body can't digest those things. That's why we have to give her edible source of iron.
T, what is edible iron?
Cook. Iron that we can get from food, simply the food that provides our body with iron. T.
Like?
Jimin. Like spinach, red meat, lentils, tofu, and chickpeas. June. And dry fruits like raisins, dates, and dried apricots. Hobby. And some fruits like pomegranate, watermelon, and strawberries. T.
Oh, Titi didn't know these food contains iron. Now Titi will feed Nona all these things.
Yoongi lightly tapped on his head. Don't forget to give her this. Gave him a small iron nail. Fish. Teen.
Iron fish. Kitten doesn't understand what everyone said. Nona can't eat this hard iron. Nona needs edible iron.
Yoongi, your Nuna can use this. This is a lucky iron fish. You just need to boil water with this iron fish about 10 minutes with a few drops of lemon. Then use the water for drinking or cooking. It can add iron to the food. Understand?
Tea. Oh, wow. Kitten also has a brain.
Jimin. But it works sometimes. Yoongi. Still better than your non-usable brain. Hobby. Don't start again, guys. I'm so hungry. Cook. Let me bring Sarah here and then we will eat all. Jin. Cook. Don't call her here. She won't eat with us. Let her eat in T's room. First let her eat and then we will calmly talk to her. With that, Jin served Sarah's food and Jimin took it to her. She still panicked when she saw Jimin coming closer to her. However, Jimin simply placed the food on the floor and walked away without bothering to her. Titi also brought his food into his room so he could eat with Sarah. She sat on the floor and ate her meal while T sat near the door frame and ate his food, talking to her. She slowly began to feel calmer and more comfortable around him. The others checked on them but didn't disturb them. After dinner, they all gathered in T's room and found Sarah still on the floor. They all sat down on the floor at a respectful distance from her. June. Sarah, we are not here to trouble you. We just want to talk to you. Are you okay with that? Sarah looked at T, then slowly nodded her head. Oh, okay, but don't come closer to me. Hobby, none of us will come closer to you. Relax. We are only here to help you. Jimin, you know you are on your period. Sarah, period? Yoongi, you are bleeding, right? Is this your first period? Sarah, it's a curse. Once I was very hungry, so I stole a little food from my neighbor's house and ate it. That's why God became angry with me and punished me. Cook, shocked. And who told you that? Sarah, my harmony. She told me that I'm very bad girl, which is why this is happening to me. She said I'm a sinner and God is punishing me. I'm impure. I shouldn't appear in front of anyone. She locked me in the dark room outside the house. She said I couldn't come out until my sin had been forgiven. After a week, God forgave me. Then after 2 months, I got this punishment again. But I didn't steal anything this time. So why is God punishing me again? Burst into tears. Everyone was stunned to hear this. They couldn't understand how her own harmony could have treated her like this way. Sarah had been completely misguided and her mind was filled with fear. The poor girl genuinely believed that everything happening to her was just because God was angry with her. They took their time before speaking to her. Yoongi, why are you crying? First stop crying and listen to us. Sarah looked at Yoongi while crying. First God cursed me and now you want me to not cry. Why can't I cry? I'm scared. What if I die? Cook, stop overreacting. You are not going to die and stop calling it a curse. It's not a curse. Sarah, how do you know I'm not going to die? Did you also bleed? Cook, why would I bleed? I'm a boy. Jimin, stop it, Cook. She's already scared. Looked at Sarah, and Sarah, it's not a curse. It's a normal biological process called menstrual. It is one of the signs that a girl's body is growing and developing. Many girls begin getting periods around this age, although age can vary. Periods usually happen once a month and can last for a few days. You are not the only one who gets through this. Sarah, really? Then why did my harmony tell me it's a curse and God is punishing me? Hobie, maybe she wanted to teach you a lesson about not stealing anything. Perhaps she was very strict and didn't understand the real reason behind period. Sarah, yeah, she was very strict. Wait, you said period usually come every month, but I got mine after 3 months. Why? Yoongi, period can be irregular, especially during the first few years after they begin. Your body is still adjusting, and stress, poor nutrition, and other factor can also affect your cycle since you have been weak and under a lot of stress. Irregular periods aren't surprising. With some proper nutrition and care, things may become more regular. If your periods remain very irregular, you have usually heavy bleeding or severe pain, a doctor should check you. Sarah, how do you know you aren't a girl? Yoongi, I know because I researched it extremely on the internet. Sarah, internet? What's that? June, the internet is a modern technology. It has information about almost everything. You can search for answers to many on your questions. Sarah blinked her eyes. All kind of questions? June, almost all kinds. You can ask it about many different things. Sarah, oh, so that means period happens to everyone? Hobie, no, only people who have female reproductive system. Sarah,
Why only girls? Why not boys?
Jin, because is connected to the female reproductive system. A girl's body prepares for a possible pregnancy each month. Boys don't have same reproductive system, so they won't. Jimin, and the changes and discomfort some girls are experiencing during the cycle are the part of the body natural reproductive process. Nothing is happening because of a curse. Nature has its own way of preparing the body for the possibility of pregnancy. What is happening to you is natural. Sarah,
But in my village, girls around my age have to follow very strict rules. My harmony never allowed me into the kitchen. She strictly told me to not touch anything. I had to sleep on the floor and wasn't allowed to wash my hair. She told me nobody should see me, especially men. I was only supposed to stay in that dark room outside my house.
everyone looked at each other. They had all researched this topic carefully before speaking to her. They knew how sensitive this subject was, and if they couldn't explain it properly, Sarah might continue believing she was cursed for the rest of her life. June took a deep breath. Now you need to listen carefully. to what we are going to explain. Many of the rules created in ancient time were not originally meant to oppose women. In some communities, they were intended to give women rest and privacy. Jungi, in ancient time, women often did many household chores themselves. Families were large and modern technology didn't exist. From grinding grains to preparing food, taking care of the house, and looking after livestock, they had a lot of physical work to do. During some women experienced weakness, cramps, or discomfort, so in some cultures, rules were created to allow them to rest and avoid demanding work. Hobby. Exactly, another reason was hygiene and privacy. In ancient times, sanitary products as we knew them today didn't exist. Women used clothes which could leak and require frequent washing. In some communities, restrictions around food preparation or certain activities may have been connected to hygiene practice of that time, but today we have much better sanitary products and facilities, so those old restrictions aren't necessary. Cook, and the rule about not letting men see you have been about privacy and preventing embarrassment. Nobody wants someone else to see them when their clothes are stained or they are uncomfortable. Jin, and not washing your hair during in some Asian communities, bathing facilities weren't easily available. Women sometimes had to bath in river early in the morning. During cold weather, washing or drying long, thick hair could leave them feeling cold and uncomfortable. So, some communities discouraged bathing during that time, but today girls can safely bath and wash their hair during their periods. Jimin. Unfortunately, some people later turned these practices into ways of controlling or isolating women. Over the years, the original purpose of some customs has forgotten, and fear and superstition replace the actual reasoning behind them. Your harmony may have been raised to believe these things, so she thought she was doing the right thing. June, but now things have changed. We have so many facilities and better knowledge. Following those restrictions today isn't necessary. Some practices may leave made sense in the certain historical circumstances, but that doesn't mean they are necessary now. Hobby, and always remember that rules should be about discipline, safety, or well being, not torture or humiliation. You can respect tradition and still question practices that harm people. Jungi, question the practice you are being told to follow. If someone can explain the reason behind a practice and its importance, then you can understand where it come from and decide whether it still makes sense today. But if a practice has no reasonable purpose and is only being used to frightening, control, or surprise someone, you don't have to accept it simply because someone call it a tradition. Cook, do you understand now? Sarah, that means I don't have any curse. I can live normally. Jimin smiled. Of course you can. You just need to take good care of your health. Eat nutritious food, especially food contains iron and protein. Stay hydrated and get enough rest. Tell us if you are feeling unwell.
Tea. Titi will keep Nuna company while eating. Titi will also eat that EU grass and all the veggies. Titi also wants kids.
Jin, you want kids?
Tea. Yes, Titi wants five kids.
Showed his palm. Jungi, here we couldn't even handle one troublemaker, and now he is already planning to have 5 more troublemakers. Everyone laughed. Sarah also laughed a little. For the first time, she finally understood that she wasn't being punished by God. What was happening to her was a normal part of growing up. For her curiosity, they showed her a few short educational stories about and answered all her questions patiently. Time skipped after 16 years. The small public health clinic in the valley of the village echoed with the sound of torrential rain when a group of college students carried a boy inside. He was pale, covered in cold sweat, and clenching the lower right side of his abdomen while curled up in a fetal position. Nurse, his fever is spiking past 39.5 degree Celsius. Local men, doctor, the mountain road is blocked by a minor landslide. The ambulance from the city hospital is at least 3 hours away. A young doctor, Lee Jin Hyung, stepped into the triage room. Her white coat is standing out against dim clinic lighting. She gently pressed on the boy's lower right abdomen and then released it. The boy let out a choked scream, his eyes rolling back. Dr. Ji Hyun, his appendix has already ruptured. He is slipping into space shock. If we wait 3 hours for an ambulance, that could take his life. We have to operate here. Nurse, but Dr. Lee looked at the boy. You are an OB-GYN. You haven't performed general surgery on a male patient since your third year of medical school. Dr. Ji Ho, an abdomen is an abdomen. Snapped on her surgical gloves. I operate the pelvic and abdomen region every week. Prepare the local anesthesia and settle and saline. We need to wash out this infection immediately. Note: an OB gynec is trained extremely in abdominal and pelvic surgery, but appendectomy is generally performed by a general surgeon in a genuine life threatening emergency where no appropriate surgeon is available and transfer would be dangerously delayed. And OB-GYN may provide emergency surgical care within their competence and local regulations. Time skipped in the morning. The storm had passed by dawn, leaving the valley air crisp and foggy. Inside the small recovery room, the steady beep of the heart monitor was the only sound. The boy's fever had broken and his color had returned to normal. Jimmy spent 2 hours carefully cleaning this infection from his abdominal cavity. Ji-Hyo sat on a plastic stool beside his bed, rubbing her aching temple. Throughout the surgery, she had felt a strange pull towards the boy. She felt as though she had seen him somewhere before, but she couldn't remember where. Suddenly, the clinic heavy door opened, flew, running breathlessly. Footsteps echoed down the hallway. One by one, 6 men entered, desperately searching for the boy. Titi! As soon as she heard the voice and the name, she was shocked. She slowly turned around and found 6 men standing right in front of her. Dr. Ji-Ho. Oh, Oppa! Jin. How's my brother, doctor? Hobie. Is he alright? Cook. We got a call from his friend saying that he had been taken for an emergency surgery. Jimin. I told him not to come here. Track him down, but he didn't listen to us. Yoongi angrily. Are you deaf or what? Why aren't you saying anything? June, calm down everyone. At least let her speak. looked at doctor. Doctor, I'm really sorry on their behalf. Actually, TT is our life. We can't stand seeing him in pain. And when we found out he had been taken into surgery, we all panicked. Please, for Dr. Jihu immediately hugged him. June Opa, where were you? I searched for all of you everywhere. Don't you miss me? Jimin, excuse me, do we know you? Dr. Jihu wiped her tears and looked at Jimin. How could you all not recognize me? I'm Sarah. You all saved my life. Because of all of you, I'm a doctor today. Jin, Sarah, you have grown so much. Hobby and beautiful too. Cook, sorry, we couldn't recognize you. We are so happy to see you again. Sarah looked at Yoongi. You scolded me again. You always scolded me when I was at your house. And now, after 16 years, the first time I meet you again, you scold me again. Yoongi laughed a little while shaking his head. You haven't changed at all. You used to complain like this before, and you are still doing it. Today, patted her head. I'm glad to meet you again, doctor. Dr. Jihu looked at T. That means he's TT. That's why I felt such a strong connection when I first saw him. I kept wondering where I had seen him before. He's my protector. Jin, you saved TT's life. Dr. Jihu, I only performed my duty as a doctor. It's my responsibility to protect my patient's life. Cook, so you live here? Dr. Jihu, no, I'm here on medical camp duty. Yesterday, some boys brought TT here. He was unconscious and burning with high fever, but now he's perfectly fine and out of danger. June, when will he regain consciousness? Dr. Jihu, Anita, Hyang slowly opened his eyes. Hobie immediately went to him. TT, how are you? T, I'm fine. Jimin, TT, do you know who she is? T, doctor? June, yeah, she's a doctor and she saved your life, but she is also your Nuna, Sarah. T, eyes sparkling. Nuna? Sarah went to him. Yeah, Nuna, you have become so handsome and strong too. Teen smiled. I am a future mafia king na, but my stomach hurts, Nuna. Everyone smiled when they heard his familiar complaint. After a few days, T recovered completely. Sarah stayed with the mafia family for some time. They both shared their experience with each other while remembering the memories of their childhood, bringing back the bond they had formed 16 years earlier. 16 years ago, the mafia family found a kind and financially stable family that wished to adopt a daughter and entrusted Sarah to them. Since, under the government's adoption laws, they were unable to legally adopt and raise a young girl themselves, they made the difficult decision to let her go to a loving family. After Sarah moved in with her new family, they gradually lost contact. Her adoptive family later settled abroad, while the mafia family was forced to change their residence because of their rivals. When Sarah eventually returned, she searched tirelessly for the mafia family but could never find them. 16 years later, fate brought them together once again. This time, it was Sarah who saved TT's life, and after all those years, she was finally reunited with the rest of the family. Some things may fade from our memories with time, but karma never forgets. Whether our actions are good or bad, one day they always find their way back to us. Some people enter our lives for a moment but leave behind a bond that lasts forever, and sometimes life brings those souls together again just to remind them that kindness is never forgotten. I have heard various myths and stories about menstruation. Tell me, what is the weirdest things you have ever heard about periods? And have you ever been forced to follow any such rules? Except for not worshipping God during these days, I have never followed any such rules, nor did my mom ever tell me to follow them. But once, when I was a child, I visited my village to attend a wedding and accidentally stepped into the kitchen. There was an old lady who told me that I had made her kitchen impure. She cleaned the entire huge kitchen by herself. That incident stayed with me. I never visited the village again. Whenever someone asks me why I don't visit the village, I simply say I'm impure, so why would I come to your village? Have you ever experienced something like this? Let me tell you one fun fact about periods. They always seem to arrive when you are about to attend a spiritual occasion, travel somewhere, attend a function, take an exam, or go to an important meeting. Whether it's actually your expected date or not, but when you desperately want your period to come on time, it decides to disappear. It somehow knows exactly how to ruin your spatial plans. Agree? Sometimes the greatest enemy is not a person but the ignorance passed down through generations. Education replaces fear with confidence, while compassion heals wounds that knowledge alone cannot. Never judge someone for what they were taught. Guide them with patience until they discover the truth. One act of kindness can rewrite an entire life, and the goodness we give without expecting anything in return often finds its way back to us. Humanity is measured not by what we believe but by how we choose to treat others. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was a requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Menstrual is a topic that people have many different opinions about it. Through this story, I wanted to show that the rules created around menstruation in ancient times were not entirely wrong, they were necessary and made sense in that era. However, following those same rules in today's world solely in the name of tradition is not right and can cause emotional trauma. No matter where you are, you can never escape karma. Whether your actions are good or bad, they always find their way back to you at the right time. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.